Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend Symbiosis. I'm sneaking out. This is the extra episode for the weekend. It's still technically the weekend until I go to sleep, even if it is actually sort of Monday morning by now. Before we get going here, I just want to say, I mentioned last episode that this series stresses me out sometimes, and I got a bunch of lovely comments from people telling me to, manage my mental health and be okay. And just thank you all for being cool and decent. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean like, when I sit down to play this game, I just feel terrible. What I meant was, I should have been clearer. The idea of doing poorly at this stresses me out more than doing poorly at the other games I'm playing right now. So if I'm feeling rushed, like I might have to not actually sit and consider my decisions all the way and stuff, I'd much rather play a different game where I feel like if I do a bad job in Wargroove and blow an episode, which I did, like, badly very recently, it's not as big of a deal because I'm still learning Wargroove. I should still be kind of bad at Wargroove, and that's fine. Here, it feels like I should be on all cylinders all the time. I've been doing this for actual years. So yeah, it's just that rushing it and doing a poor job in this series bothers me more than it does in the other ones, even though that's maybe not sensible at all. Listen, if my brain only did things that were sensible and rational, then I would be happy. That would be great. I would love it if that could happen. It's not how it goes, though. So, back to what we're doing here. In order to move our faction quest forward, we are going to have to make war with a necrophage player. So, what does this mean? How bad is this for us? Well, he's in Era 3. Nobody's in Era 4 yet. But him in Era 3 means that he has access to the Proliferator already. Which means that any combat with him that doesn't work out 100% in our favor is actually going to make him stronger. So I don't know if I've talked about what necrophages do in detail in this series, even though we did just play a game with a bunch of them. But just to be clear for everyone who doesn't know, the necrophages are bad at getting food from terrain, but they can convert units killed in combat into food, their own units and enemy units. They get to just drag all the corpses off the battlefield and then eat them, unless their army in the battle is completely eliminated. In addition, fighting can generate them extra units, which we saw quite a bit in the last game because their Proliferator can lay eggs in our guys and then hatch them into Battleborn. So, battle with the necrophages must be decisive. I'm a big fan of decisive wars, but in a war with, like, the Ardent Mages or something, you can afford to have a couple engagements not go your way and kind of, like, rebuild, draw them into bad situations or whatever. Every time you don't totally defeat a necrophage army, you've made things so much worse for yourself. So, we know they're only in Era 3. They probably don't have a huge technological advantage on us, but I'm still worried. We may not be in a position to declare war on them right away. As much as I would love to rush our faction quest, I just don't know that, well, let's feel out the situation. So I want to do a couple of things. Number one, I want to get real vision of Geneldas in particular. I want to know where all the Herna villages are, because if we do manage to take down Geneldas, we're going to have to convert the Hernas quickly, try to get this rolling, unless we are in a position to wipe out the necrophage player completely, which I suspect we will not be. I might want to get our military moving. Well, I guess our military is not really much right now, is it? Yeah, not much beyond what we have here. And what we have here could use some retrofitting. And actually, we have access to a new level of armor and stuff, so all of these units really could stand to be upgraded. Okay. Here's my plan. Number one, actually try to explore Geneldas as safely as possible. Obviously, we don't want to lose that army. Number two, we need to meet Green. We need to get a clear picture of what's going on in the world. I'm a little bummed out that the necrophages are on the edge of this sort of like contiguous line of enemies. My bet is that purple has not met red, and blue may not have met red either, and that's going to make it difficult for us, or more difficult anyway, to create a situation where we can snipe a city opportunistically. So, this guy's just waiting here to convert that village. Okay, yeah, I guess let's get a move on here. By the way, I do want to notice how the bar on this is all the way filled up. When someone hits Era 4, this will be awarded immediately, and it will be awarded to us as long as we maintain 100 approval because ties are broken by player order, and we're in the first player slot. So we will definitely get Benevolent Emperor whenever somebody hits Era 4, as long as we don't do anything stupid. Alright, we're going to like watch our army like a hawk here. Make sure that absolutely nothing untoward occurs. So we can see a ruin there. It probably behooves us to run through here and grab that. Do I want to go above the rocks or below the rocks? I probably want to stay near the border, right? Alright, so they have a glass steel deposit here. They also had 80 dust, but it's mine now. No, hold on. We're going to come back to you. I want to make sure that the enemies have fully moved. Let's see here. Okay. So because when we mouse over the region, you can see the border pulsing. Because the border is drawn here, we know that this is impassable garbage tile, like these are. So we don't need to scout down there, but we should finish getting vision of everything over here. That can be this preacher's job. So we'll just run this way and figure out what's up. You can convert the last of these villages, and do I want to just sell you? Let's see, we're 3 turns from getting a guy there, 7 turns from getting a guy there. I'm kind of thinking maybe what we want to do is actually try to build up a force of dredges in this village. I think I'm going to do that. We'll just run this guy over there. Try to hold the region against Purple's incursion. Alright, now that I feel fairly confident that all of the enemies have used all of their movement. Okay, so Blue's capital of Karamar here. Okay, good. The green border runs right up to us. I was kind of wondering if maybe green was a single settlement, but no, it looks like probably not. In fact, definitely not, because we can see when we mouse over here, that border up there doesn't pulse. So that means that they're not cult or anything. I guess let's just run for their territory as quickly as possible to evade the blue armies. But while we're here, let's have a look at these blue armies. So 68 attack, 95 defense with 43 damage. Honestly, these units are not that upgraded. They're not that much better than base. That's interesting. Alright, so we're going to continue to focus on influence for the moment because we definitely want to get a 5-unit dredge assimilation. That's fantastic. And then I think, given the way the situation looks, I think I'm going to go grab Diplomat's Mance. We may need to start engaging in some backstabbing. Or diplomacy, however you want to, 6 of one, half dozen of the other on that, really. Let's have you go and scout down here. Yeah, we have lots of unexplored territory. Oh, I saw the village type, and I got all excited. So there's like 3 or 4 different visuals for the minor faction villages. And the same factions always use the same ones. It's not random from game to game. So Delvers are always in this kind of village. So when I saw this, I was hoping we would have even more Delvers. That said, Dorgeshi are certainly not a bad find either. Those could totally find a spot in our empire. Okay, so is anybody in a place where they need to move very quickly at the beginning of the turn? Yes, this guy is. But he has movement assigned. I guess you can move to here. We'll probably be able to see their city from here, because you can see the exploitation tiles there. So who would it be best for green to be? We'd like it for green to be somebody kind of aggressive. Honestly, like, oh, it's Valters. Well, that's fine. Geneldes is their capital. Sorry, Geneldes is their capital and has 4 population? That's odd. I mean, like, necrophages are bad. Like I said, they're bad growers. And actually, it seems like a lot of this terrain doesn't have food on it naturally. But even so, 4 population on turn 48 in their capital seems really low. Really low. Also, we had an Urkan spawn. Where is Chaka? Okay, not that far, really. So now that we've met Green, what is my plan with this guy? We could try to run up here. I guess Fakir's not going to be there much longer. Although, actually, Winter could strike next turn, and if it did, he'd be stuck there for the duration. We could just move him through, try to get back over here, because we're going to need all of our military units probably to actually fight. Yeah, maybe. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move him to here. Commit him this far. Oh, we found Green's capital. Fairly well defended. Do you want Quicksilver? You both want Quicksilver. Well, that's a real shame. Because there isn't any, right? Yeah, there's 3. Somebody's been buying it. Well, what are you going to do? Okay, let's make sure that we hit this assimilation. Plus 25% dust. Pretty okay. A good assimilate this game. And I think I'm going to grab Cold Operator now, because winter is very near. I would love to not suffer any ill effects from that. Let's see, there's a cliff here. I mean, we should finish mapping the region, right? Let's walk around. Not right next to their city. They have 5 units in the garrison, which means there's only 2 actual combat units in there, and the other 3 will be militia, because that's a capital. That's pretty interesting. Okay, we finished building that burrow. What do I want now? Well, we probably just need more military units, right? Although, let me fix the designs, because we have access to the tier 3 gear now. We also have... we have a little bit more stuff. Although we still have no glass steel income. So we probably still don't want to equip the Order of Asivir. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. We could pick up improved movement, which definitely has value. It also increases the cost of the unit by like 20% almost. Or sorry, more than almost 25%. We're not talking about huge distances, but we are talking about having to reinforce over large-ish distances. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we got to do the same with these guys. Upgrades. And the Rumblers as well. Here's a question. With the changes that have been made to the Rumblers, this would be useful against enemy archers. I guess we're probably not planning to see that many archers, right? Actually, maybe I should change up the designs a little bit more. Against necrophages, I think I might prefer to have longbows, because they actually will have flying units. The necrodrones are scary and probably will be fairly numerous. Makes us a little bit less resilient against the initiative advantage that they're likely to have, though. And in particular, swapping to longbows will be really tough on the Nameless Guard with the strategic weapons. No, I think we're fine like this. Okay, make me one of those guys, or at least start to. So now, what do we do with our people for the moment? I guess one thing we could do... is instead of starting a Nameless Guard, we could build whatever has the lowest cost. It's going to be one of those, right? Yeah, and put everybody on industry right now. And the plan here is just roll over the maximum possible amount of industry to rush through these 2 buildings. National Museum first, because the plus 50% isn't going to be that relevant on 26 total influence. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. We'll grab the point of militia rather than the little bit of extra fortification. Or rather, it's kind of a lot of extra fortification, actually. But still, I like the militia better. For 5 turns, ensure that you have a unit of at least 4 of the 5 existing unit classes in your garrisons. They're talking about infantry, ranged, support, cavalry, and flying there. Unfortunately, that's not very easy for us to do. We have lots of sources of infantry, and we have ranged, but it's very unlikely that we will complete this quest. That is a shame. I was hoping to get those guys on side quickly. So I guess we're going to need some influence to negotiate, but we'll figure out what that looks like when we get there. I want to make sure we get the public works done as quickly as possible. That's going to help with our influence way more than putting people on influence. Or at least way more reliably, because obviously we're going to want to move people off of influence all the time. Alright, so what am I going to do with you? What is your... We know you can't go and tame an Urkan, which is a shame. I absolutely would if I could. What I'd really like to do is get through to my own units. So I think there's a pretty good chance here that we're going to get attacked at some point. They have a lot of units in their garrisons. Let's try something like this. We got to keep an eye on Red's territory as well. So one thing we could do here is hire a spy and try to wait until we can burn their fortifications, right? Boy, they have a lot of cities and stuff. Maybe they won't attack us if we get out of their territory. Fingers crossed. I'm noticing that we are not being threatened at all by these necrophages, which is a little strange. Okay, how much territory is left? We can kind of see the border through the fog. So you know what, we might have gotten lucky here. Gentlegrass might only have 1 or 2 villages. Maybe, yeah, if it just has 1, that actually makes our lives pretty easy. Well, sorry, we still have to engage with the necrophages and burn their capital to the ground. I guess let's not count those chickens just yet, eh? Feels a little premature. Build a city improvement that increases your empire's influence. Well, Mr. Eyeless One, you're in luck. We are just about to have the finest and probably only museum in the entire land. Hey, look at that. The beauty of the industry rollover. We are going to need more actual, like, military units, though. Okay, if we were going to try to buy a hero for espionage purposes, we're looking at high 400s, low 500s by the time we get there. I guess that's only a couple of turns from now. There are no great spying heroes, but Jasa Murdep has spying 3 at least. That's possible. That might happen. We may have to rely on subterfuge, trickery, maybe even, I hesitate to say it, a little bit of skullduggery in order to get this done the way we want to get it done. Hi, can I help you? Settler? Well, I would absolutely just attack that settler. If there wasn't an Ateshi settler right there. 73 attack, 40 defense with 46 damage. Honestly, it's not a great unit. Unfortunately, I can't attack this thing without pulling it. Right now, get in here. You know, I'd be very surprised if purple... I guess, technically these regions are adjacent. These 2 tiles are next to each other. What I was going to say is that the AI tends to like to settle in contiguous groups. We got our Delver assimilation quest. Honestly, not amazing. This is a great quest for a great piece of gear that makes your life way better, except we're the cult and we don't need it. We are already at 100% merriment. Merriment levels are, frankly, beyond what I would describe as safe levels. Yeah, I think we're right on this. In 3 turns, we'll have Diplomat's Mance to try to talk to Green and see if they know what's up. I mean, Green borders Red somewhere, right? There's got to be a border over here. It really does look like Red maybe won't know any of the other players. It's possible that their nation extends far enough east that, like, obviously, there's unsettled land between Red and Purple. I wouldn't expect them to have touched borders, but they still may have met, you know, units just ranging out. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about this. I put our unit into stealth mode, basically. Oh, Fakir has popped up in Rageous. That's interesting. What's up? Oh, yes, I did in fact do this. If I return to these ruins and inspect them, I will get 30 gold. Okay. I would like 30 gold. Hooray! 30 gold. Well, that was like the easiest quest ever. This is only one pearl, but sure. Let's step out of our way just a little bit to get it. Also, Auriga is alive, perhaps in ways that no one truly understands. An ancient manifestation known as a guardian has come to life, springing from the bowels of the planet itself and roaming one of the regions. If you wish to understand its origins and mysteries, and perhaps even master its creation, you must hurry to the region and be the first to defeat it. Here's the thing, I don't actually want to build Skoros, I don't think. I think Skoros is a pretty bad unit overall, but a free tech is a free tech and advances us, right? So, Suan. Do we know where Suan is? I am confident I can kill Soros in a fight. I do not know the region of Suan. I am unfamiliar with it. Okay. Well, enjoy, whoever is closer to that than me. Ooh. Well, we can just flit up there and grab that because of the cliff, which will protect us from the terrifying hyena men. I'll just take this, thank you. Beat either the Herna's army or the Tetike army. Well, that's inconvenient for us because of the, position of these armies. I suppose it's not completely inconceivable that we could get that. $150 dust. Well, that puts us in hero purchasing range, doesn't it? I think I want to do that. I think we should establish a spy. So it's just a Murdap, right? Everybody else here. I guess Syria Lastra is also spying 3. But you're 2, you're 2. You're 2, but you probably ought to be 1 because you're huge and terrifying. Yep. So most heroes have spying 2. A couple of factions get 3. And then it might be only the Forgotten who are 4 still. Do I want Jessa Murdap or Syria Lastra? Well, it turns out that they're completely identical for our purposes. But we could potentially use one of them as a combat general at some point, and it looks like Syria Lastra just has better combat stats all around. Plus, she has different art than our existing guy, doesn't she? Yeah, I like that. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and drop you in here, then. This does a couple of things for us. Number one, it lets us have a look at their garrison, which they are building up. Okay, those orcs do not have very much damage. The attack stat's pretty good, though. And they do, of course, have necrodrones. Honestly, their units are not awesome right now. It's very interesting. Okay, so we see one village, and there's a couple tiles up here where there totally could be another. It looks like it will not be that hard to convert the region if we can just burn it, and it actually is butted right up against green. What I'm seeing here is opportunity. I guess I should actually be checking these tiles down here. I kind of want to just get a quest from the new region, though. Alright, we got 43 passive influence income per turn now. You know, honestly, it's not as high as I was hoping, but we still need to build a lot of burrows. We still need to level a lot of stuff up. It'll get better. Once we have diplomats, Mance, we will probably want to spend a couple of turns on influence to get the deal we want with green. At this point, a mutual declaration of war, us and green declaring on red, poses very little risk to us. I'm not sure that red knows where my territory is, honestly. Yeah. If we could get that declaration to go off, it would be pretty cool, except that if it results in red killing green, that would be really bad for us, actually. Well, we'll keep an eye on the situation. That's a settler, isn't it? Yeah, okay. We'll keep an eye on that situation, too. Should I be running units out of the city garrison? Oh, you know, we need to pick up resource gains here. And actually, we should check. While you're sitting there out of resources, can we... Nope, still Quicksilver, it turns out. I wonder what purple did with that settler. Alright, well, I guess we'll find out eventually. So, a declaration of war on red for us would cost 51. It's actually relatively expensive. Worried because of weakness of its armies. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, we know their units aren't very good. We also know that fighting through 7 bad units with 210 bonus HP is a tall order. And at only 23 fortification damage, I am reluctant to step up on that. But if they're weak now... I mean, we're weak too, right? These are actually not very good units. I mean, for Christ's sake, that's a mercenary rumbler. That's an unretrofittable rumbler. You know what? Maybe what we need to do here is sweep around through the north and get back home so that we can take a retrofit, because we really do need to update our stuff. It is a real shame that none of the Tier 2 strategic resources are in Anshan, so we'll only be able to get the bad resource generation rate from our villages, but we're going to have to get that tech soon. Alright, let's just sort of hold here. Let's not make any big rash decisions until we have diplomats, man, so we can try to manipulate the situation a little bit. The 80 influence we got from that quest is actually maybe going to turn out to be really relevant. And we'll just loot this roll while we're here. 20 red sang. Actually, pretty great. Yeah, let's pop that right now. Oh, also the gold. Right, the gold. Go from plus 106 dust per turn to plus 124. That's okay, I guess. Okay, somebody else killed that army. Here we have a proper red army. Okay, weakish necro drones, really bad foragers. Extremely weak orcs. Wow, they really are pretty soft right now. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe we should move as many people as we can onto influence. Like, if I move everybody over... How many people do we have to keep on industry to get the National Arena next turn? I'm just thinking I want to maybe have the money to play with on this deal. Okay, so we'll have 246 influence to work with while still getting this done and getting our rate up. I like that. It might be time to try to get green to move on red now, honestly, with red being as relatively weak as they are. Like, they're afraid to even attack me in their own borders, it seems like. And it seems like green has a lot of units. We're seeing a lot of full garrisons here. Discover a total of 3 science-based technologies from any era to get... Wow. Okay. The good news is we definitely have done that. Oh, and look at this. The city of Iberian is totally weak. Okay. So we turn around so that we can attack Iberian. That'll give us 4 stockpiles of each type, which means that we probably need to, as silly as this maybe seems, we probably need to go unskilled labor next. And just out of curiosity, I mean, there's no way we're not still maxed out happy, right? Because I popped even more luxuries. I'm just thinking somebody's going to hit that next era soon, and I would really like that reward. Also, I found 25 Titan bones in the... Okay, we're getting pretty lucky here. There's a lot of luck happening. So hold on, we can move more people off of this then. Everybody? No, not everybody. There it is. Okay. A little bit more influence to play with. Alright, let's see what this actually looks like. Do I need to run? His army is weak, but if he were to attack me right here... Does he have a hero? He does not have a hero in the city, but he'd still get 13 units, and we are less numerous than that. Can I see the edge of this tile at all? Not really. There could be a village there. Hard to say. Also, I'm glad I left the shields on, because, right, I knew they had Hernas. The quest told me they had Herna villages. Yeah, good thing we left the shields on. We'll just go this way then. You can fly right over the mountains, which is pretty handy. Okay. So who else needs orders? You need to go and interview this lovely tribe of Silix, see what they might want. Okay, not to talk to you is the answer. So here's a very wounded Ateshi Zealot. Do I want to do something here? We could step on that guy. I guess the question really is, do I want to risk angering Purple? Maybe not. Why not? There we go. Just keeping an eye on it. We know it changes sometimes. Alright. Oh, winter. Well, I'm glad we at least took our winter immunity. What did I do? Oh, right, yes, of course I did. Via the Empire plan, raise your science ministry by 1 more level than previously. I would actually love to do that. That sounds great. And has gotten enough levels. We're definitely going to just cap inspirational leader. The food in the industry. Very, very good. Aw, that's a shame. It's only 2 pearls. Let's just move forward here. Okay, friendly Ursus, come on. All right. To help the Ursus in Suan, eh? There's a monster over there, but the important thing is we found Suan, which means there's a guardian wandering around here somewhere. Also, 3 pearls down here. So, now that we have our national arena, we have our arena and everything. Let's hold on. Let's start this by taking a look at let's start this by taking a look at the web of relations. So Purple hasn't actually met anybody else. Wait, really? Purple hasn't met Blue? Don't they share a border? They totally do. Well, I guess Purple City is pretty far away from the border. Okay, that's... I don't know if I feel great about that. Red only knows green. Blue and green are at war. We don't have any sense of how they feel about each other. Oh, wow. They would just take peace straight up. Probably they're, this might be a bad sign, actually. This might mean that they're feeling nervous about their military situation. This would be a bad sign for our ability to use them as a cudgel against Red. But I'll take that. I'll take a friendly peace. That sounds great. And they perceive that as a contract to their advantage. There was a little bit of green on the bar. So now, they really don't want to declare war on Red. If I declare war on Red, okay, I'm going to have to bribe them very seriously. It's like, it doesn't hurt us to give them Diplomat's Manse at all. And then Imperial Coinage is also a thing that we can definitely afford to give them. And we could get something cool back, maybe. Central Market. Smelting Station looks a little impossible to grab. If we're willing to also give them, like, Public Works, I definitely wouldn't want to give them Alchemy Workshop. They still wouldn't give us anything really good for that. But we could, like, get some resources off of them or something. We're talking about a pretty expensive deal here. We could get more spices or moonleaf or gold. Actually, our moonleaf's going to run out soon, right? That's not bad. The question is just, do we do it now? Green's feeling a little bit weak, I think. Red's also feeling weak. I guess there's no sense in doing it now. At the very least, we want to wait until next turn, because I want to be able to attack the turn I declare. And then down here, I guess we just build units, right? Yeah, you know what? I would really love it if I could get, we could get unskilled labor a little faster. So if we do this... Because remember, if we research unskilled labor after we have stockpiles, it will reduce the number of them. The most efficient version of this is we finish unskilled labor and attack that turn. So we'll get this in 2 turns. We'll build ourselves a center for mineralogy, which I guess we don't need to do that. We could just build troops. How many people can I move over and keep this at 2 turns? Because I don't really want to keep people devoted to science right now. I don't know, maybe it's worth picking up the Center for Mineralogy, like, now, while it's really easy to do. Not delaying our troops by very much. Not very expensive. But I probably still put as many people on industry as we can get away with, just for the industry rollover into the archer that we totally do want to build. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Okay. So let's see if we can make this happen the way we would like it to happen. What are you? You are a random dredge. We could just leave this dredge here in an attempt to put together enough of a defense force to keep Blue from taking the village in Kalal completely for free. And I guess I can just sell it whenever I need the dust. Except if it gets killed, obviously. What are we looking at as far as buyout costs for our units? 1230. It's not that bad, really. We have all these good boosts running. I don't think there's anything available that we could run that we aren't already running. Sorry, nothing that we care to run, at least. And once we have this first stockpile attack, I might buy out a bunch of these. In theory, it's most efficient to wait until we have all the stockpile attacks, but getting there faster will also help us. So you're building a forager, and a pretty bad forager. Remember, all these necrophage units spread the disease just as well, regardless of how well they're upgraded, which is definitely a concern. How many turns is it going to take for us to get some level up? So in 4 turns, you'll be level 2. At level 2, you can take down 25% of the fortifications. That's not great. I mean, we're getting good value out of just getting the information that we're getting there, I suppose. So I think we will not quite be in range to attack this city on our next turn. Right, we're going to end up adjacent to the exploitation. Yeah, so next turn we could attack Iberian. What is this? You would like a map exchange. That's interesting. Hold on, let me think about it. My troops are, in fact, in your territory. This is not desirable. However, we are hungry. We are not hungry, and we will leave them unharmed. He's terrified. Chaka is blue now. That's not great for us. What else is happening here? Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about this. Yes, we did sign a peace treaty. I did not go to war fast enough to get the benefit of that. Oh, somebody built a guardian. Interesting. Probably not super relevant, because we know it's going to be Skoros at this point in the game. So, I think I still have the patch notes up here. I believe that something was added to the Scythers to make them better. I don't remember what now. Let's see. Scythers, Control F. Scythers have the Urkan Slayer 2 capacity now, in addition to the Guardian Slayer capacity. So this quest is a little bit more worthwhile. And it's not that hard for us to get a flying unit of level 4 minimum. As soon as we enter the next era, every unit we produce will be level 4. We're still getting free flying units from the Kazanji village, right? Or no, that Kazanji village got unconverted. That's right. Well, maybe we'll do that. I think the map exchange probably helps us more than it helps Green. But they'll view this as a contract to their advantage, and they'll like us better for taking it. Actually, it did not help us very much. They really have not explored the world beyond their borders. Okay, well, At least we have a good estimation of their size now. And we can see red strength on our status screen. They're not actually that much more militarily powerful than we are, and we only have like a handful of real military units. So actually, I'm pretty excited to see that. That makes me happy. What did you want again? I've already spaced on it. Oh yes, going to fight those monsters. Well, you know, we'll discuss it. It might happen. But within 5 turns, search this ruin to get stuff. You know what? Yeah, sure. This guy can do that. We're at peace with green now. Just gotta make sure I don't accidentally steal any of their pearls and piss them off. 15 glass steel is not usually a great reward at this point, but honestly, just happy to have glass steel because we still don't have a source of it. Okay. Apparently I should be careful about saying things like that out loud. Oh, I was hoping they might be feeling a little chattier. So we probably just make another one, right? Can I move people? No, I need to make sure that we have enough. That's right, I have to leave a bunch of people on science because we got to get unskilled labor next turn. This much labor. Okay. So we'll take Iberian quickly, then we'll rush all the units out of Anshan toward Janaldas, and we'll try to just overwhelm them. Stockpiles will help us push even more units out. This might work. There's a non-zero chance that this works. I'm a little nervous about it, especially just in terms of their raw unit count. Also, is it really the case that nobody's hit level 4 yet, or era 4? It's turned 53. It's bizarre. Oh, you know what? What are the legendary deeds that they got? They got plus initiative. They also got... They also got plus 20% health regen, and they got that by having 30 units in their army. And that was a long time ago that they got that. So let's remember that thing. That's a thing that's true. Do we have any combat resources here? We have some emeralds. We could buy enough emeralds to pop that. Are blood crystals available? Are enough blood crystals to run a booster? Yeah, maybe we ought to do that. 25% attack is not amazing, but it also really doesn't cost us that much to run it. Okay, we do have Dustwater running already. I do wish it was easier from this screen to tell what's already running. Somebody sold a little bit of Quicksilver back. Alright, let's grab the Blood Crystal. I'm not actually going to pop it just yet. We'll pop it after we declare war on the next turn, but I want to buy it now just in case of shenanigans, since we have the money to do it right this second. Alright, you... I think we're just going to hold on to you. Am I spawning dudes anywhere else? No, not yet. So wait, where was the ruin for this? This ruin in Regis. So even if we did... Like, it's not easy for us to pull this army out and send them after that. I don't know exactly what we'd be up against. It might be worth pulling the dredges. We might be able to just beat that neutral army straight up. It's entirely possible. Alright, let's stop. I'm a little nervous. That's why I'm hesitating. Let's go ahead and do the thing. So these guys seem to kind of be headed in this direction. We'll let them make their moves for the turn before we decide on our stuff. They don't have any improved movement trinkets or anything, so they're going to be real slow, but they still could potentially... Like, they could make it to here. Okay, they're moving away from Iberian. That's pretty good for us. I don't know why they just popped a solo hero out. Why didn't they just attach the hero to this army? That's weird. explore 2 temple ruins before the end of this winter. I would love to do that. Actually, this might accomplish that, because I'll search this twice, right? For Relic of the Past and for the normal search. That might do it. Okay, you guys don't take orders yet. One last try? Nope. Okay. Hey, look at that. Free stuff. Oh, the ice shelf. Check it out. So I haven't been paying attention to the winter effects at all. But this winter's effect was +1 extent of the ice shelf. So that means that any tile that is adjacent to land will freeze during the winter and will be traversable and stuff. The next winter effect rolled +1 more extent of the ice shelf. I'm fine with that. I think we're cool with that. I don't think I care enough about this enough to vote on it. And also, it looks like this one might win anyway. The other options are this, which would actually be pretty good for us because we won't be affected by it. We already have winter immunity on our entire empire. Yeah, maybe we ought to, as soon as winter ends and we can vote, maybe we ought to put some votes on this. Alright, well, it turns out you don't have to walk adjacent to Skoros, so I guess don't. Alright, there's another temple ruin, just in case the other one didn't count as 2 when we searched it twice. You get out here. Alright, I do believe it is time. So what do we research next? Hold on, let's decide this first. I guess it would be a good idea to pick up Unexpected Allies. We should get Inquisitor's Divinity because of the fact that it's getting spied on is so brutal, but also, like, Plow Factory is really good, and like all food benefits, it's way better the earlier you get it. Yeah, okay. We'll get Inquisitor's Divinity. Now remember, somebody would have to get vision of our city to install a spy, and they have to have current vision. Like, as you can see, the cities that we can see here, we don't have the spy button. So Blue is building a Skoros. I wonder if they would build a second one, or if we should take that to mean that they aren't the people who built the first one. Oh, interesting. Red's feeling way more sanguine about this. But we could maybe get a real tech here. Like, I would love Reaping Station or Smelting Station. Reaping Station looks pretty gettable. Hold on. Let's see if we can actually get this. We cannot get that without giving them another tech, probably, but we could get Reaping Station. I could give them some of my hard-earned blood crystals. Oh, they like gold a lot. Yeah, that's not bad. They get 2 techs, we get 1. And the tech we get from them is way better. And honestly, them having access to Imperial coinage might even turn out to be a good thing for us. Because they might sell resources that we would like to have. Alright, let's do it. Mutual War Declaration. We pop the blood crystal. And we take a city. And this should be, like, extremely easy. Yeah. This is fine. Should probably focus up with everybody else. It actually doesn't matter what orders we give this guy, probably. The pain of going extremely last. All the way last. Come on, hero. Alright, excellent. Yeah, that really couldn't have worked out better. So this is going to be 4 600 value stockpiles for us. And we got an extra tech out of the deal and everything. If green actually shows up to the war, this could be very, very good. You know what? Let's go ahead and search this ruin before we advance on Geneldes. So we're gonna have to be pretty careful about how we do this, because they do have a massive local military strength advantage. I almost wonder if it might be better to run around the bottom side of the lake, because here, because of the cliffs, we have to get this close to the city to get around the bottom side of this. And what I would really love is to catch that army out in the open and whittle them down. It's a shame they were, like, actually paying attention to General Vesta's garrison and making sure it was okay. No, I'm gonna take the more aggressive move here. Okay, so... Oh, thanks to the scientific progress of another empire, a new era has been reached. This will become active next turn, and we will immediately get it. And let's go pop some stockpiles, shall we? So that more than doubles our science output for the turn. And this is going to get us some extra dudes. We should probably have some more melee. Oh, I had to take some units out of the garrison here, or we're not going to be able to produce more. You know what? I guess let's just... Hold on, I'm not doing this right. The dredges can stay, because they're terrible. Let's just take the archers and get a move on. Oh, I gotta make sure they're actually up to date, though, so they have all the extra movement. And then we probably should get some real rumblers. So 327 industry cost. Yeah, these stockpiles are, like, extremely good for us right now. Yep, these stockpiles are, like, very, very good. Alright, so we don't really have enough resources to build weapons. We're going to have to get smelting station. We're also going to have to get some other stuff. We'll work it out. One thing at a time. So, yeah. Let's hope Green actually shows up to the war. The city that's in this region is not that far from one of their cities, so I'm hoping that they'll put some pressure on pretty early here. Is there anything that we need to do, like, urgently right at the beginning of the turn? I don't believe so. Oh, someone theorized, and maybe correctly, that the thing that actually causes the Urkans to change the resource they ask for is someone moving up to a new era. It looks like either that's right or this is a heck of a coincidence. 30 hydromiel. Is that doable? Can we do that? There's 23 on the market, and 23 is a weird number. If you see a number of a resource on a market that is divisible by 5, it's a little bit more like, it's at least possible that they found that in a ruin and then sold it to the market. But a number like 23, it's not 100% certain, but it implies to me that whoever sold this is gathering it, because that's a weird number to have. So who was it? Who wants to trade me some hydromiel? Hey, it wasn't you. They also would just take peace right now. We should do this, right? Yeah, because I don't believe... People don't get mad at you for being at peace with their enemies. They get mad at you for being allied with their enemies. And this will make it more awkward for them to destroy our villages. Oh, how far were we from peace with you? Pretty close, actually. I'm tempted to just trade them. I'm tempted to just trade our way up to peace. Could I do it without giving them tech? They would do it for a bunch of gold. Everybody loves gold. Okay, this makes our villages really safe. Only red can destroy our villages now. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking for hydromiel. You don't have any either. We are, in fact, good friends. Good friends, and you should love me forever. Okay, so I think we're ready to move on to next turn here. Sorry I'm taking it kind of slow today. This is exactly what I was talking about when I said I want to make sure I'm not rushing. Just want to take my time and feel out these decisions. Especially in a case like this, where like losing our army would be not devastating in the sense that it would potentially cause us to lose, but it would really break our ability to push on red. They'd have enough time to build up by the time we got... Okay, that's a lot of stuff. So yep, we got our Benevolent Emperor. This is a city improvement that we can build that will just double our dust output. Well, not exactly double, right? It puts a 100% modifier on it, which isn't the same as doubling because of the way the modifiers stack. The Moonleaf's run out. That's unacceptable. We got a lot of hero leveling going on. Syria Alastra can be building up toward Lord of the Trance. Bazi Safar Bahas obviously just keeps moving up toward that really, really good stuff at the top of the tree. And Blue would like to exchange maps with us. You know what? Yes, I will do that. I know more about the world than probably almost anybody, is my guess, but I'm fine with telling them more stuff in exchange for learning about their entire empire. Alright, well we got our 320 dust, and also our break wall, which honestly we still might use. And 20 dust water. Okay, that's cool. That's going to run out next turn, right? Yeah, that was a nice time to find that. Speaking of stuff running out, the Moonleaf ran out. That's unacceptable to me. The Moonleaf must always flow. And then what are you going to do now? I guess you're going to head up. There's yet more ruins to gather. And actually just a huge amount of unsettled territory. You know what? I feel like we've put a lot of time into this game. It feels to me like it should be a lot later than turn 55. I think part of my problem here is that I'm not doing a good sense of remembering, or not doing a good job of remembering what turn it is. So these Kekators are pretty bad. I mean, are we just going to attack Geneldas as soon as we get over there? You're going to be level 2. I mean, level 2 damage fortification is almost not even worth doing. In terms of it costing influence and everything. Uh-oh, bad guys. Oops. Totally clicked outside the window there. You know, I've been noticing, especially with Wargroove, I've been noticing that my clicking accuracy is poor. Well, right now we can just run across to the Northern Territories and not have to spin all the way back out here, so that's probably worth doing to clear this up. That's pretty cool. And now that we don't actually have to guard this anymore, since purple can't destroy it, maybe we ought to just sell these units? What would I do with the dust right this second? I don't know. New facilities are opening up, of course, because people are advancing through the eras. Let's repop some stuff here. So, we have an almost full garrison. We will have a full garrison once this archer completes. Let's grab our Benevolent Emperor and also our next borough, right? Okay, so we are not going to gain any resources from any of the boroughs we need to build. A borough right here levels up that, then this will level up that, and then just one next to this thing will get our city center to level 3. Leveling things up is good. Yeah, leveling things up is still a good source of, what do you call it, influence. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and fire off all these industry stockpiles and all the science stockpiles. We know we're going to use them. So it just, it will pop one per turn sequentially until all the ones that we clicked on have been used. Alright, what do we want to send out now? Probably I'm going to keep the dredges. We'll just have a flow of units out here constantly. I guess, that being the case, do I want to build... I probably want to prioritize units here. Hold on, let's actually have a look at Dredge versus Rumbler. I should probably figure this out. So let's give you the same gear, roughly. Can I go to two-handed hammers with you, just for the sake of comparison? That looks very silly. Pretty cool, but very silly. Okay, so in this state, a dredge costs 441 industry to the Rumbler's 408. The Rumbler does have strategic weapon on. 75 attack, 56 damage versus 9162. That's without without the strategic weapon. These guys are better. I mean, they're more expensive, but not that much. And they have circular attack. Yeah, let's maybe throw one of those in there. Out of curiosity, if I move the bad archer down, yeah, let's finish the 2 good units first. Okay, well, we're going to have a weird little army, but not terrible. So I guess we're just going to siege this. Their armies are weak enough that I don't exactly expect them to be able to fight us without their fortification. And our units will be close enough to... no, we will not be close enough to reinforce next turn. We'll be close enough to reinforce the turn after. Yeah. Alright, where are we at here? We just hit the hour. I think we're probably going to keep rolling these turns pretty slowly for a little while, so I think I'm going to stop here. We are in a good place, though. None of these guys don't have movement left or anything. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we'll stop right here. We're in a good place to really get some stuff done at the beginning of next episode, which will be tomorrow, Monday, later today, really. You know what I mean. At normal episode time, whenever that is. I certainly don't know. So that is going to be... Hey, that was supposed to... The overlay was supposed to come up? Hey, where's my overlay? There we go. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if we can punish these necrophages for weirdly deciding not to upgrade their military for some reason. And we'll see you then.